Welcome back, YouTubers. It's a Monday night once again, which means we do what review, NJ?
Monday Night Raw.
Yes, and you guys know who we are. We are the British Fist.
Gotcha.
Today with my special "Didn't I See You on YouTube" T-shirt. But I'm Mr. Parkin, by the way, and this guy who's sitting next to me is NJ.
What's up?
Yeah, anyway, that was a bit of a bad introduction, but there we go. Make sure you guys subscribe above, of course, like this video, and comment your thoughts on Raw down below.
Okay, and now you know what I'm going to say. Please contact us in the link in the description box below.
Yes, those you're pointing that down there. But anyway, right. So Monday Night Raw. It was another Raw Super Show. We started off with like a 4-minute video package for the Punk Triple H Nash segment. I thought that was a good little thing to open the show with, as we were going to open with Punk. So I thought that was a good little intro. Kind of gets us going for the show, the storyline, etc. Then we open with Punk.
Very good opener, because we're so used to seeing like Triple H taking over and having his opener to the show. So to get us with CM Punk, it was definitely something different and good to see.
Yes, and talking about being different, he talks about being different. And he also announces the fact he's going to face R-Truth tonight as well, which is kind of a plug for the Our main event. But there was no main event announced in this segment, was there?
No, there was not.
Which is a bit disappointing, but carry on.
And I'm thinking, like, he sits in the middle of the ring, and then obviously he talks about what's been happening, what he feels, and calls out Kevin Nash.
Yes, he does. But instead of Kevin Nash coming out to face him like a man, who does come out?
Triple H!
Yeah, basically, Punk still thinks that Triple H and Kevin Nash are best buddies. Triple H comes out and basically he says that he's found out the truth. He says that the guy who sent the text was Kevin Nash, as he's seen some video footage or something like that. So I guess we now know who sent the text. It's not John Laurinaitis, it's not Stephanie McMahon, it's just Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash sent himself a text to go and take out the winner of the match, which happened to be CM Punk at the time. So,
yeah.
Okay, Kevin Nash.
And basically, towards the end of the segment, we get the feeling that Triple H is going to fire Nash, and that is what he does. Nash basically comes and says, "What are you going to do about it?" And then Triple H just punches him in the face, and it's just like,
we're no longer friends. You're fired.
Exactly. I mean, Nash did get a bit of mic time, didn't he? But it wasn't exactly the best of mic. It wasn't the best on the mic tonight. Triple H and CM Punk did well on the mic, I feel. But the segment went on for, 13 minutes? I feel it could have been done a little bit quicker, but I guess it's an opening segment, so I think there's something later on in the night which I think could have been added to it, but we'll go on to it when we get to it. You know, decent opening segment, again, developing the storyline between Punk, Triple H and Nash, so...
Yeah, that's basically it.
Yep. And then we get a little thing backstage with Laurinaitis and Nash getting into the car, and it's like, what's going on there?
I think basically the whole Laurinaitis and Kevin Nash thing is just a friendship that's been going on since he came in.
Yeah.
Just how I see it.
Maybe Vince McMahon is going to be making an appearance soon. Who knows? We then get a tag team match. Yay for tag teams! We get Kofi Kingston and Evan Bourne, your tag team champions, Air Boom versus Carly and Mahal. And the first thing I was thinking is, finally! They're a fucking tag team. It was good to see them in tag team action again. It gives WWE an extra tag team. But they got 3 minutes. And what can you achieve in 3 minutes?
A dominant guy like Carly, like he used to be, basically hopefully coming back to that dominant guy, puts a 3-minute match. You expect this dominant turn again to be a lot more than 3 minutes. Yeah,
and there's a miscommunication between Carly and Jinder Mahal that allows Bourne and Kingston to get the win. At the time, I was thinking to myself, so what's going to happen at the pay-per-view? But we found out later on in the night, and we'll touch on that when it happens. So overall, it wasn't the best. It wasn't a very good match. It's just 3 minutes. What can you do in that time? That's all I can say. Really.
No, and it didn't really bring Jinder Mahal up to be a credible wrestler in the WWE yet. Yeah. And Carly, the only thing that's changed in him. So
no, at least it gives the tag team champions a win on Raw, which I guess is good, which they kind of need to look strong.
Upside to it, yes.
So yes, the next match we have is a Divas match, and you know, lately the Divas division has been decent, but it's been kind of not been the best as it could have been, because we've seen the involvement of Beth Phoenix and Natalya, not as much as we would like. But in this match, we get a number one contendership match for the Divas Championship between Eve Torres and Beth Phoenix, and we knew who was going to win this, didn't we?
Because after doing some research, you do see that Beth Phoenix is from New York, and that's all. I've got a question for you guys. Where's the next pay-per-view at?
Yes. I believe it's at New York.
There we go.
Anyway, Eve Torres versus Beth Phoenix. Beth Phoenix wins in 2 minutes. You get that. You know, obviously it's going to be a squash match. But How much concentration do they want to make on Kelly and Natalya on commentary when the match is only lasting 2 fucking minutes? So much back and forth between them two, and it's just like, they're not in a rivalry, it's Beth fucking Phoenix. Kind of annoyed me.
The thing I'm going to say is that the camera kept going to the announce table. The thing is, we all know Beth Phoenix is a great diva in the ring.
So showcase it.
So for the camera to be turned away, it really takes a lot away from Beth Phoenix coming back as this diva heel.
Yep. So Beth Phoenix is your number 1 contender. I guess we can say this is a match made for the pay-per-view. I think it's officially been made on WWE.com. Beth Phoenix versus Kelly. At least it's pre-announced Divas title match, which is good. The segment itself did its job, which just set up the match, and then they attack them afterwards.
Because we were saying earlier that we are going to have to start getting matches pre-announced before the pay-per-view instead of leaving it up for the last week. So, which is a teenage thing, but yeah. So WWE needs to start doing it, and they've given us these matches. So good.
They didn't, and they did. At Hardcore Justice, they announced all their matches at least a week before time. So it's counter argument there. Just saying, NJ. Right, so yeah, so we had them. We have the Divas of Doom attacking Kelly and Eve after the match, which I guess was effective. It makes the heels look dominant. Maybe going into the pay-per-view. Just saying.
Well done, Divas of Doom.
Yay! And then we get our main event, which usually involves CM Punk, and it was no different this week because we had R-Truth versus CM Punk. Before the match itself starts, we get some awesome mic work between Monk. Between Miz and Truth, didn't we? Which was very, very entertaining, I thought.
Yeah, Punk there. R-Truth doing this whole, not able to pronounce words, that old jokey gimmick, and then he goes on and just basically talks about how it's all about Punk being this one who's going to set things straight. And
But what I liked about this promo, you had Miz come out as well, and they really did a good job to make him look like a team, which really affected what they would say next, which was the fact that they were going to go after Air Boom at the Night of Champions pay-per-view for the Tag Team Championship. So again, at least these guys now are on the pay-per-view in a tag team match for the tag team titles, and it's pre-announced tag team match. Maybe, hopefully, they can build a feud from this in the next couple of weeks. That's all I can say. At least it's a pre-announced tag match.
And I've got a question again for YouTubers. Is that the best name you came up for? Kofi Kingston and Evan Bourne? Air Boom? Really?
Don't know.
Really? Really? Really?
Because it was a good promo. We really enjoyed that R-Truth and Miz promo. It was very good. Then we get to the match itself. The match went, R-Truth and CM Punk went 10 minutes. You had R-Truth being a dominant heel, which is kind of like what was doing with Miz last week. I didn't feel the match was as good as the Miz-Punk match last week, but it still went for 10 minutes. It was still a decent match, which Punk wins clean. I'd rather have ended it. I'd rather have ended a DQ, but
again, Archie performed pretty well in this match. I can't fault him for this match. He put on a decent length match for these two, so I think it was good.
Yeah. So the match itself happened, and then we had a post-match segment between Triple H and CM Punk, where Triple H announces that their match at Night of Champions will be a no disqualification match, and then CM Punk announces that, hey, while we're doing this, why don't you make a stipulation? If Triple H loses, he resigns as the COO, which was kind of a bombshell. We didn't really expect that so soon, did we? We were thinking that the feud might be going on to, say, Survivor Series.
And the thing is if you get my path again or insult my family again, I'll fire you.
Okay. But yeah, I just... could this not have been done in the opening segment? I just wonder. If they could have cut a little bit out of the opening segment and done this in the opener. Just a thing. Put it all in one segment.
The way I see it is that the thing, because some of the things we're going to probably announce later was pointless. So I think having this fill up some time was good.
Yeah. So at least, again, it's a bit of a better draw to the match. I imagine this will be the main event now. This has been announced. So a bit of a better draw there for the pay-per-view, I guess, making it this. I just wonder, are they doing all this too soon? They're seems like they're making a blow-off match way too soon when I really want it to be built to a bigger pay-per-view. That's just my question.
Well, all we can say is wait for the pay-per-view and see what the result is, because the result determines if they're going to carry on or is it going to come to a halt.
And all I'm going to say here is, please let Triple H win so this can continue. That's all I'm going to say. We then get some pointless filler, is that right? Then we get Randy Orton versus Heath Slater in a match.
Well, when you see Orton come out, we're thinking, Wade Barrett, they put on a good match, because he can't really do well good against Cena. He'd probably do better against Orton.
He did hint it earlier, didn't he? He was going to do something big, but he never did.
No, so we get a short flipping match, 3-minute match with Heath Slater.
It's like, Randy Orton versus Heath Slater, is this match even worth being there? Could this match not have could this not have been a segment where you hyped up the US title with Dolph Ziggler maybe? I don't mind Orton being... shut up, MJ. I don't mind Orton burying, Heath Slater. At least he's not burying some young talent, but Orton wins, and it's just a pointless filler match. Could you not have put the US title segment here rather than have it fucking clusterfucked in the main event, as we'll go on to in a minute?
All I can say is that 3 minutes was too long for this match.
Oh, I don't know. I just don't see the point in having it. Just Heath Slater, come on. I don't know. We then get to the main event. Yes. And you probably noticed we took a pause there because we don't really know what's going on. We started off with a Cena and Del Rio promo talking about their match at the pay-per-view. Del Rio explains he wasn't there because he was protecting John Cena. And then all of a sudden, throughout the night, we had all these vignettes with or video packages or backstage segments with Del Rio trying to get people to attack Cena, and then none of them were accepting. All of a sudden, those 4 come out. We get Barrett, Ziggler, Swagger, and Christian beating on Cena, and it's like,
brilliant moment. Got my camera out. Haha, Cena. Haha, Cena.
Well, okay, I will say one thing. To me, although it was good seeing Cena get beat, I admit, it takes all the fucking concentration off Cena and Del Rio. And it's just like, great, then all this clusterfuck happens. You get Morrison, Sheamus, and Riley coming out, and all of a sudden, Teddy Long announcing a main event 8-man tag match, and I'm thinking, what the fuck's going on here? Such a clusterfuck main event. It's a typical SmackDown shit tag main event match. Sorry.
I'm kind of glad that the non-anonymous Raw GM didn't make it.
What? I mean, Teddy Long or Triple H? Are you talking
Well,
about?
whoever that non-anonymous GM machiney thing is, whoever that is. So I'm glad they didn't make it because Raw would have probably made a better match. But sadly, Mr.
Acting general manager.
Yeah,
I don't know.
along.
This was just reeked of SmackDown, didn't it?
It did all over, and again, the first thing I want to say about this match is we all took predictions who would get eliminated first.
Morrison.
We all said Morrison, but in fact,
It was Morrison.
it was Morrison.
Yes.
So no surprise there. You would think like someone born like Swagger and that, but Morrison, Mr. Buried Alive himself. Surprise there. This
was an elimination match, wasn't it? Which I guess kind of had a little bit of spice to it. I just don't like these 8-man main events. But Morrison gets eliminated first. Then we get Vicky coming out, and it's just like, there's so much going on here. It's a huge clusterfuck. The last 2 involved were Swagger, Ziggler, Cena, wasn't it? So at least, I guess, as you could say that at least the US title was kind of involved in the main event, even though they didn't have a segment specifically devoted to it, which really fucking annoyed me.
They had their little argument, like when Ziggler's tagged in himself in, they had this little argument, but that basically led to the end of the match.
Yeah.
Out goes Ziggler, and then basically the commentators make a statement that Swag has no chance.
No.
And then it just finishes.
A bit like Booker T when he says, Cena with his limited skills and wrestling ability. It's just burying them totally. And Cena, of course, Cena wins with the AA. You didn't expect Swagger and Ziggler to beat Cena now, did you? So we get that, and then all of a sudden, Del Rio comes out, gets an AA from Cena, and it's just like, great. Well, what a great way to end the show. I really didn't like this main event. It really fucking sucked. Cena on top again. Del Rio just wasn't really involved that much, really, was he? He was showing all through the night, but what the fuck are you doing?
Cena! Oh, you got fucking Cena! You gotta stay blooming down! You're there! I'll be a freaking ass!
Are you calm down now?
For now.
Right, okay. I didn't like this main event at all. I really didn't think this was a good way to end the show. I was really disappointed there was no US title or Intercontinental title build on this show, because they are 2 matches which you kind of need to hype your pay-per-view, WWE.
Yeah, they did hype up most of the other championships.
Divas, Tag Team, Orton, yeah.
And a semi-US with that whole thing, but nothing proper. So I'm saying SmackDown's your next chance. I know you've got another week, but SmackDown's your next chance to use the rest that were missing tonight.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Is SmackDown on Tuesday this week or Friday? We don't actually know, do we?
It seems to be Friday, so I guess it would be on Friday.
Well, whatever day it is, we'll definitely be doing reviews, so make sure you check
Please
that
be
one out.
live.
Yeah, please be live again. Overall thoughts on the show, because I know what I'm going to say. You might say what you want to say.
Again, the start gave us wondering with what's happening with Nash thing. Nash disappeared for the rest of the night, so nothing really happened there. The tag team, we get the build up of the tag team, so they're actually getting their hype ready for the pay-per-view. The Divas got theirs, a great Archer to CM Punk match. Then we have basically the main event, which was kind of quite messy.
It was.
It had wrestlers that we weren't actually getting involved at the pay-per-view in a match with wrestlers that were in the pay-per-view. So it got a bit messy there. Cena won, so that got me, frustrated and not a good end of the night. So I'm going to give it probably just a C, because to be honest, it would have been a C+, and the main event just spoil it for me.
Yeah, the main event wasn't very good in my opinion. We've got 2 matches announced on pay-per-view, which is good. We got a couple of segments there hyping up the pay-per-view, but no IC title, no US title segment kind of disappoints me slightly. We got a lot of pointless filler with fucking Zack Ryder, Orton and Slater. Should that really have been there? We got some good segments though. I thought the Miz and R-Truth segment was very good.
And the Drew McIntyre.
Oh fucking hell! Drew McIntyre got a TV sighting and he just sort of walked off. Great. At least he was on TV this week.
A boring Zack Ryder video footage before he came down.
I know. I just
decided to get rid of him.
I didn't really think this. I thought Raw did all right for the pay-per-view. I say all right, not brilliantly. All right. We got 2 matches announced, and the segments. Some of the segments did all right for the pay-per-view, but I just had a real difficult time getting through Raw this week. I didn't think it was very entertaining. I thought there's a lot of shit there that really didn't need to be there, like Zack Ryder and Heath Slater versus Randy Orton. The main event really sucked. There was some good stuff, but a lot of it wasn't very good for me. I'll give it a C, maybe even C-. I really wasn't very entertained by the show tonight, and I thought, although it did okay hype for the pay-per-view, it kind of compromised on entertainment slightly, in my opinion.
Maybe so.
Yeah. Is that all, really?
But it's good that it continued with their Super Show, which is good, because we just thought we heard that it was going to be a poor future, but there was kind of doubts that it would be continuing.
Yeah, so it doesn't look like that's going to continue then, which is, I guess, good.
It'll be good, I think, now.
Okay then, so you've heard our thoughts on Raw, and you've heard our grades. Make sure you get your thoughts in that comment section down below. And MJ, do you have any last words before we leave this review?
Right, this has been it from the British Fist and Mr. Parkin and me, the NJNJ. What's up?
Enter the J, eh?
That's it.
Enter the J. That's it, been it from us. Goodbye.